Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly play Star Trek Captain's Chair. We'll be attempting a solo game against the Cadet practice mode. It's been several months since I've last played this, and I kind of want to get re-familiar with it. Now, I have to stress that I don't always play games perfectly. I try to get all the rules right, but I do get stuff wrong on occasion. And with that being said, I'm here to spread awareness, have some fun, and show off some really cool games. So I prioritize that over getting everything just right. It's not the end of the world if something bad happens. But if you get mad over a rules mistake, just check yourself and let me know kindly what it was that I did wrong. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to attempt a solo mode against I am Koloth, the Dahar Master. I have not played this deck before, so I'm really curious to see. I've played Cisco, I've played as Picard, but I've never played as the Klingons. So this should be fairly interesting. And his special ability is, as an activation, put a card on the top of your deck to send an away team to a location. Your opponent may draw a card. Now that's interesting because it doesn't say where you have a ship. So I can beam people to different places without having a ship there, but I have to give up a card to do that and put it on top of my deck, which slows down how often I cycle through it. I also start with the IKS Groth, and I can deploy this ship without using an action, which is kind of cool. And I can do a number of these different things here. And I guess we'll get to all the different card effects once we get to them. My goal is to have a total of 6 deployed ships or controlled locations in play, at least one of each. So I'm going to be going heavy on ships and locations, if I can help it. My reward for doing that is to enlist 2 reserves, which are these face-down cards here, or a development, which are these face-up ones here. Dismiss a deployed ship when I do that. Okay, and I get 6 away teams, or 6 troops, I guess. And I start with 1 dilithium, 1 gold pressed latinum, and 1 glory to start with. And as a reminder, the bot, at least for the cadet mode, starts with 1 of everything. Another major change is when I get glory, which is victory points, I don't grab from the cadet card, I grab from the supply. That's a huge difference there. So the game is going to last 11 rounds regardless. 5 for the first half, and then 5 for the second half, then 1 final turn. Okay, let's go. Just jump right into it. I'm going to go ahead and just deal 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this may take me a minute to see what I've got and what I can do with everything, because each deck plays really differently. Well, there's a location right off the bat. I think I play that. When I do, I have to spend an action to do it, but it says take control of this location, and I gain 1 yellow influence, I think it is, this yellow victory point track. So I'd be going up that. And if you want to know how everything works, I have other videos out there that explain the game much better. So I'm really considering playing that because the activation is if you have an away team here, draw a card. If you have 3+ total on 1 or more controlled locations, draw a card. You may pay 2 dilithium and discard a card to draw a new card. Okay, so I'm really considering that. I've also got Krell here, which I guess I can make him a duty officer, which is kind of like the first officer or whatever. But I can put him in play to have this resupply, which is if you have a weapon in play, excluding your captain, gain 1 gold pressed latinum and 1 dilithium. If you have 2+ weapons in play, also gain a glory. And do I have any weapons? I don't have any weapons. So I kind of want to get them out there and then go after weapons, maybe. I don't know if the Klingons have weapons somewhere in the deck that I can just automatically beam to a ship, and then that would be considered in play. So I'm actually, just to get this guy out of the deck, because I don't think I'm going to be spending dilithium to scan for cargo in this game. I mean, I guess I could in order to try and get weapons, but I want to see first if there are weapons in my deck, my own reserves, and my deck here. I want to see if there are weapons there first. So I think, now is there a way to make him? Let's see. So the Klothos, I have a ship. Promote a person from your hand to duty officer. That would be the only thing I could do. Yeah, so I might do that. I'm going to go ahead and just as a free activation. I'm going to use these 5x tokens to show that I've done something with that card so I don't accidentally activate something on it again. I'm going to go ahead and just promote this guy right away just to have him out there. Because, again, this isn't going to kick in right away, but it may in the future. And I can always replace people too, but my goal is to keep my deck thin, and that's to get cards in play as much as possible. I'm actually going to put them up here, just makes more sense. Let's do that. All right. I think table space is going to be tight like it was last time, but we'll make do as best we can. Okay, so that didn't cost anything to do. It was just a free activation on that card there. I do want to, just deploy this ship for free. I mean, why not? We're two-sixths of the way there already to getting this done, so that's good. And I also want to play this. Take control of this location. I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And that's going to cost me an action. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that here as a reminder that I played it for an action. And yeah, I'll just do that. And when I do that, I get 1 yellow influence, I think it is. So we'll just move that up by 1 there. And it looks like the Klingons, you get a lot of points on the military track. So I'm going to really push that as heavy as I can. Although yellow isn't bad either. That's a ×7, ×7. That's a ×5. So science, not so much. But it looks like the yellow and red tracks are where to go for this particular deck anyway. I still have 2 actions left, but I've got these cards left to play. No, I play this. Can I activate it? If you have an away team here, draw a card. You know what? I'm looking at this activation to beam somebody here to then give me the option to draw a card. But the question is, do I want to give up playing one of these two because I have to discard a card to do that? Although if I draw a card for free here, then I can. All right, let's do that. I'm going to find what I'm not going to play or dislike the most. This one gets me dilithium. I want to keep that one. And this is also good. This lets me move up the various victory point tracks. This one is, you may log a person, beam to a ship. I haven't done any of that yet. Log a deployed ship. Ugh. So this is a long-term card, I think. This will get me encounters and allow me to move up the red track, but I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm going to go ahead and move this card to the top of my deck to activate him, which is put a card on top of your deck to send an away team to a location. I'm going to move him. I'm going to do that there. Your opponent may draw a card, but I don't have any opponent to do that. Now that I'm here, I can activate this and sort of exhaust it. And that's going to be, if you have an away team here, draw a card. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw this right back into my hand again. See how that works? Okay. Interesting combo there. All right, so I still don't like this card. I'm not going to play it. This one is, I can either gain Latinum, or Dilithium rather, or I can gain victory points. Now, I've got 2 red there, and that's it. I think the Dilithium is going to be more beneficial to me. So I'm going to play this for an action, which is just gain 1 Dilithium, and then 2 for every controlled location you have in play. I have a controlled location there. That's going to give me another 2. So I'm up to 4 dilithium, and you may not be able to see that to the left there. But let's see if I can zoom out slightly. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, so I did 2. I still have this card. I don't think I'm going to do anything with it, to be honest with you. Can I discard a card to do something? Can I discard this to do something? Discard a card to beam a card here. I don't have that option, really. Send an away team to this ship's location. What if I get this... let's get the token for that, the Klothos. Spend a dilithium to warp this ship. I think I want to keep 1 ship available and then another ship to start getting planets. This 2 red up here, is that Dozaria? It's hard for me to see. But that's 2 red. I can't pass that up. So I think I'm going to spend a dilithium to warp a ship to this location. And I've activated that, so I put a 5x on it. Still, I can't do anything more with that. I can't do multiple activations on the same card. Do I have anything else that I could activate? He can activate. I'm kind of stuck there. And this card is, yeah. All right, so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to end my end my actions there. I'm going to go ahead and just put this in my discard pile. And then we're going to move on to cleanup. Resolve stardate. So we're going to move... Actually, what we do in the solo mode here, in the Cadet practice, we wipe a card from the market, and then we add a glory token to something that we want. I want ships, so, and that has a red on it, the Zindi there. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe, I think, cargo. I want to find weapons. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this cargo here. I'm going to junk it. And we're going to put that there. Okay, and then place glory, discard, and draw. Okay, so let's go ahead and reset everything. And these become refreshed. Okay, that's good. We have an away team there. We've got a ship up there. Okay, and then we played that. That goes into our discard pile. Again, I think table space is going to be at a premium. We're going to have a lot of things out here. My goal is to try to get to 6 ships and locations, and then like get rid of those ships somehow. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so we're in the resupply step. We do not have a weapon in play. We don't have a weapon like beamed anywhere. I read the rulebook, and weapons that are beamed to ships or whatever are still in play, but you can't make use of their abilities. So... let's go to control. We don't control anything. We need 3 tokens on one of these locations to control it. Next are the actions. We're going to deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. This is going to be our new hand for round 2. There's a weapon. Attack weapon. And this says attack play. Discard a Klingon. If you do, up to twice, remove an opponent from a neutral location. So I can, like, spend an action to discard a Klingon to get rid of one of his tokens, but he always has one of everything, so, like, even if I attack it and remove it, it only counts as one, because he only has one of everything, but then he gets it right back. So I don't think I'm going to be attacking anything with this, but it does say also down here, just gain a red. That's going to be really useful, I think, to try and move up that red track. Conquer, you may discard a person and take an incident to send 2 away teams to a location where you have a ship. I could use that to get 2 away teams here. That might be useful, and then I take an incident, though. You may dismiss a ship to gain a person, ship, or ally. I'd have to get rid of this, which I don't have anything beamed on it yet. So, can I get a ship? Is there a way to get a ship on? Spend 4 dilithium to gain a ship. Well, I've got 3. Can I get one more somehow? That would be really nice. Although gaining something means it goes to the top of your deck or discard pile. So I wouldn't have access to it right away. I'm kind of short on options. Korax, I think he'd pick the fight with Scotty and trouble with Tribbles. Anyway, in the space station. Anyway, gain a glory and discard the top card of your opponent's draw deck. So pretty much just gain a glory. I don't know how that works in the cadet mode. I mean, my opponent doesn't have a draw deck, and obviously he wouldn't be able to draw anything, so that kind of is moot to me. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but just like play this to get a glory, I'll take it. That's fine. There we go. Gain 1 and steal 1. I think I need this to get that ship to get that going. So I definitely want to play Arn Darvin. He was the spy. Then maybe play that to get his ship. And then I still want away teams to get over there, though. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, so let's get the dilithium going. Let's gain 1. Yeah, we'll play this Arn Darvin. And that's play to gain 1 and steal 1. And my opponent has 1 of everything, so I can do that. Gain 1, steal 1. I now have 5 dilithium over there. Next, let's get a ship. Spend 4 dilithium to get a ship. Okay, so we're going to do that. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm down to 1 again. But I'm going to grab this one, which has the glory on it. And that when I gain it, it goes into my draw pile or my discard pile. Do I need this right away? That's the question. Deploy this ship. You may gain a cargo. If the cargo is a weapon, beam it here and gain That's actually a weapon. So I might try to put, I'm going to put this into my draw pile. I want to put that over here. This is discard, draw pile, played cards. Okay, yeah, everything's a mess. I'm going to gain this glory, put that here, and a new one comes out. We've got, a Katinga battle cruiser, another Klingon ship. I like the look of that one. Okay, so we spent 2 actions. We've got another ship. It is in our draw pile to get next turn. I forgot about this. Just activate it to gain a card. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to just activate this location to draw a card because I do have a crew member there or away team. So I'm just going to draw that Xindi ship that I just took from the market there. Now I'm stuck with options. I can deploy this ship. I only have 1 action left. This one's free. Gain a glory and discard the top card. Now, as a duty officer, for each unspent action, temporarily increase your hand size by 1 and you may gain a glory. That's situational. That's only if I consider myself like unable to do things with the action tokens, but I'm constantly running out. I'm action starved. I'm going to keep this guy around just to get glory every time he comes up. I'm just going to play him right now, just get a free glory out of that, assuming that's how that works, and then I'll just take that, put it there. Yep. And then now the question becomes, do I... Here's the thing. Instead of getting a glory, I could play to discard him to then take an incident to send 2 away teams over there. I don't think I need to capture this right away, but I do need it at some point when I'm ready to start collecting the red symbols. So I think I'm going to continue just doing what I'm doing there. I'm not going to play this right away. I could keep it around for next turn. Discard a Klingon. Can I beam? I can. Discard a card to beam a card here. I could do the same thing here. I can discard a card to beam a card here. If I do that, if I beam my weapon here and keep this ship around, that fulfills this resupply requirement. If you have a weapon in play, excluding your captain, gain 1 dilithium and gold pressed latinum. I think that's worth doing earlier rather than later. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use discard a card to beam a card here. I'm going to get rid of... Oh, crap. I'm going to get rid of this for right now. I'm going to discard this, and I'm going to beam that here. The Klingon disruptor is behind that ship. But if I ever use this for anything, then I'm in trouble, because then that will go away. But now, for right now, that fulfills that requirement. Okay, so I activated that ship. I'm going to put a 5X on it. And I've got the Xindi, which I haven't used yet. I'm going to do that with my last isolinear chip there, which is going to be deploy this ship. You may gain a cargo. If the gained cargo is a weapon, beam it here and gain a glory. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to... Well, that actually works out for this guy too, if I can keep this ship in play as well. So, all right. Well, this is a weapon. So I'm going to beam this here, gain a glory. So I got that. And now I've got a Xindi ship in play, so I can't afford to get rid of this one either. I needed to figure out which ships are dispensable and which ones I need to have stick around for these beamed cards. But now that satisfies this card. It says if you have 2+ weapons in play, also gain a glory, and that's going to be for the next resupply step. That wasn't terrible. Now I spent a isolinear chip to do that, so I'm out of actions at this point. So let's go ahead and put these back. It's not terrible. Not terrible. Okay. Am I forgetting anything? I still have possibly some free things I could do. I can't use this because I don't have any cards in my hand to put on top of my deck. I could spend my last dilithium to move this ship somewhere else, which I'm not going to. I can activate it with an isolinear chip, which I don't have, to send an away team there. No, I don't think there's anything else I can possibly do, so I'm just going to end that there. So that ends my second round's action phase. Cleanup, we're going to trash something. I'm going to keep that around. This ally does what? Gain a gold press latinum. If I have 3 on this track, then spend 2 gold press latinum to gain an ice. Oh, I like that, to gain an ice linear action chip. Yeah, I'm going to keep that there. Now, Phlox, I like Phlox as a character. Return an incident from your hand, I guess. Requires 6 science, which I'm never going to get. That's debatable if I keep him around. This Hollow Suite, gain 2 gold press latinum. You may refresh your duty officer. Junk a card from the market. Spend 1, 2, 3 gold press latinum to scan 1, 2, 3 person cargo out. Now, I don't like this. I'm going to go ahead and junk that and get rid of it. And then I'm going to put a new one out. And then I'm going to put a glory onto this because I want that. That red is really, really nice down there. Okay, so we've got 3 more left on that. Okay, so I think we're good. We discard and draw. So now we have a discard pile, and we shuffle that, and it becomes our new draw pile. Now, because we are refreshing everything, we're trying to draw from it, and there was nothing there. We're going to take from this reserve deck, put that right on top, and then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is our deck there. This is our hand here. Resupply. So our resupply with our duty officer says if you have 2 weapons in play, also gain a glory. So I'm going to gain a glory from the supply, but the other effect is gain a gold press latinum and a dilithium. So I'm going to gain 1 of each. I'm going to keep this guy around because that's really good. I like this guy. It's just getting that weapon somewhere to do that. Oh, and this goes away. Okay, and this goes away. That refreshes. Okay, now this resupply says draw a card for every 2 anomalies that are in play. I don't have any anomalies, I don't think. Okay, that's fine. So that we move on to actions. So now we're going to take a look at our hand again and see what we can play with these. We've got Arn Darvin again. I want to get another ship at some point. Oh, Mara. I think I drew her from the from this deck here. So, and that was the, what's that called? The reserves. That's what it is. Okay, so she can spend 3 dilithium to gain 2 of any track, victory point track. You may discard a person without Klingon to gain a glory. And for a resupply, she can just gain science. That's okay, but I mean, I don't plan to use that. You may log a person beamed to a ship to gain. I mean, what if we just get rid of her? Well, I mean, I kind of want to keep her around to move. If I have the extra dilithium to burn, move up the track. So I think I'm going to keep her around. Him, I mean, just play him to get a glory. So I'm just going to do that. Glory is glory, right? So I'm going to play him for free, gain a glory from the supply. Okay, and that's 1. No actions needed. You may log a person beamed to a ship to gain a tactical victory point. Log a ship. That's more endgame stuff. I don't think I'm ready to go that route with it yet. Oh, that's a good one, but I only have... All right, I need to get this taken. I need to get that under control. So I need to get away teams over there. Do I have a way to do it? I don't. I could warp another ship over there, but I really don't want to lose anyone else. Do I have a Zindi thing? I don't. Let's take a quick look. I know I'm all over the place. Zindi. One of these is Zindi. There we go. There's the Zindi token. Okay. All right. Oh, I can activate this location to just draw a card. So I'm going to do that because I have an away team here. So I can't draw a card. I'm out of cards. So, yeah. This was my deck here, and this was my hand. I'm going to draw from my deck, and I've got this. You may discard a person. There we go. To take an incident, I think we're going to do this. So I'm going to discard a person. I'm not using Mara right now. So I'm going to just discard her. Sure. And take an incident. When I take something, I believe that goes right into my hand. Yes, it does. Okay, so I'm going to gain an incident, which is over here. This goes into my hand. Ugh. And then the rest of it says, send two away teams to a location where you have a ship. Okay, you may dismiss a ship to gain a person, ship, ally. That would have been nice to know. I don't know if it's possible to beam a weapon from one to the other. Yeah, whatever. I think I may dismiss a ship. And trying. Maybe we'll save that for next time. Because I don't want to pay 4 dilithium if I don't have to. I really don't. I'm stuck. You may discard a person. I did that. All right, let's play that for this action here. Let's send our away teams here. The next turn, we're going to get that. We're going to get that. And do I optionally get rid of a ship? What I could do, get rid of the Koloth, right? And then use him to get an away team over there, I think, and then get rid of Arndar. I think we're going to go that route with it. Let's get rid of the Koloth, which there's, we did this first. There was a ship here, but now there's not going to be a ship here because we are going to dismiss a ship, put it into our discard pile. And then that allows us to gain a person, ship, or ally. And we're going to gain this Katinga. That comes with its own glory there. And that's going to go... I'm going to go put that on top, I think. Yeah, we're going to put that right on top of the deck to get more ships out there. But now we're going to use him to put a card on top of my deck in order to... we're going to put a card on top of my deck in order to put an away team here so I can still get it for next turn. So let's go ahead and exhaust him. And which one do I put on top? I'm going to put this one, this Good Day to Die. I'm not using it, so I'm going to put that right on top there. Or I could put the Incident, but I'd rather try and get rid of that if I've got extra actions left. But so now we've got 3 on there, right? Yep, we've got 3. We're good. Okay. I've got some extra actions left. Do I gain some dilithium? I could gain dilithium with that too. Do I start getting up the tracks? Discard a card, return this card. If the discarded card has science, draw 2 cards and discard one of them. If you have a time travel in play, return this card and draw 2 cards. I don't think I have any of those. Do I have time travel? I don't think I have time travel in play. I don't think I have anything like that. Nor do I have a science that I can discard. So I'm just going to maybe discard a card to return this card. I'm going to discard Arndarvin because I'm going to get more dilithium from this than I will him. So I'm going to spend an action to just return this card, and that goes to the bottom of the deck there. All right, and I've got 1 card left, and I'll spend my last action to play that, which is just... gain 1 dilithium plus 2 for every location you control. That's another 2 there. So I'm back up to 5 dilithium again. And that's now in play there. So that's all of my actions. Okay. Making a mess. Okay, now is there anything else I can do? I've played these cards here. Anything I could do for free? That's gonna go away. I can warp ships, maybe. I've got dilithium to do it. I don't want any of these locations, I don't think. None of these locations really appeal to me. They don't have, they're not heavy on red like that one is. So maybe I keep them here just to keep my table filled with ships so that I can get this done. But I think that's all I can do. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the cleanup phase. We're going to resolve our Stardate card. Let's get rid of Phlox, I think. I'm not going to use him. Let's just junk him, and a new one comes out. Then we add a glory token. Who's that? Lursa? Yeah. Use an isolinear chip to gain gold press latinum. You may beam this card to a ship to send an away team to its location. That might tie in with some of the crap here that I've seen, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. You may spend a dilithium to take an incident to gain a ship. I might actually keep an eye on that one. That's actually not bad. But do I have enough ships and locations? I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I need one more ship. We've got a ship here. What is this? This is the Bard of Prey. It has yellow on it. Deploy this ship. You may discard a card to send an away team to a location, ignoring any opponent's ship. Okay, that's not terrible. If the discarded card is Imperial, gain 1 glory. I mean, that's not bad. I think I'm gonna do that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put that there for now because I have a feeling I'm gonna need another ship. I just don't know if there's any more in the reserves or the development deck. Okay, so we did that. We got rid of a card. Discard and draw. Okay, so we're going to discard these and we're going to draw up. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to shuffle that. And then add 1 from the reserves. Put that on top. That's 4, 5. Okay. We're going to refresh. We're good? I think so. I think we're good. Am I missing something? There's only 3. I could have sworn... I think I had 1 too many on. I may have, like, put that over there by accident. I'm going to take 1 away. Because I know I'm not in round 3. I think I'm in round 4 at this point. So there should be only 2... Maybe 1 left. Am I grabbing from the wrong... Am I extending this by accident? I think this is the 4th round. So I'm going to take another 1 off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. If it's not, I just gave myself an extra round somewhere by accident. Okay, so there's 1 left on here. 1 left. Okay, so this is like round 5 now, I think. Okay, like I said, sometimes I make mistakes. All right, so we're going to resupply with this guy. We have 2 weapons in play, so we gain a glory and we gain a gold press latinum and a dilithium. That's a nice little, like, passive income there. I like that. Still no anomalies in play, so we're not going to get anything from that. Okay, so we're going to move... Oh, yeah, we're going to capture 1 of these. So we're going to put these over there. We've got enough to do it. And this is Dorzaria. Control, gain 3 dilithium. So we're going to gain 3... Yeah, so we're not hurting for dilithium anymore. So I think we can get rid of Arn Darvin at some point. We're going to take a new location, put that there. It's another blue, which I'm not really thrilled about. Okay, let's take a look at our hand now and see what we're going to do with it. Oh, Aurora Pente. I think that was the new one I took from there. Yeah, why not? We control it. We gain 2 dilithium. Although, resupply. Gain 1 dilithium for each person beamed here. Aurora Pente is the Klingon prison planet. That's just morbid. You're beaming people here and you're getting dilithium for them because they're working the mines. Anyway, I like that's cool. Activation beam a person here. I can get rid of people that I don't want from my hand and just get dilithium passively. Okay, I think I need to play that. I don't think I need this card anymore because I've got so much dilithium. So I might just play it for free to get... Well, before I do that, let's see if I like discard it for something else. You may log a person, beam to a ship. That's what I was talking about. Like if I can beam someone to a ship, like Lursa there, and then I gain a tactical thing. Log a deployed ship. I don't want to do that until I get 6 out here, and then I'm ready to get rid of them. So I'm not going to do that yet. I am going to play this. I need more space. I'm going to put this up here, because that's like a permanent kind of thing. And I need to spend that to do that, and I get 2 dilithium. So there we go. So that's 1 that I did. Next is... I want to get more people here, because if I have more people here, I can draw more cards. 1 for having 1 here, and then I get to draw another 1 if I have 3 across my different locations. So I want to get more people here. Maybe use him to do it, so I don't have to spend actions to do it. Katinga, deploy this ship. You may send an away team to a location. I mean, yeah, I think we do that because I can just send someone to a location. It doesn't say where this ship is. So I'm going to play another action to deploy this ship, and that was the Katinga, that's the divisor. The Katinga, I think, is over here somewhere amongst all of this neutral stuff. There it is. All right, so we're going to put that there. All right, and we're going to send an away team to a location. We're going to send an away team there. And we're going to, no, that's my deck. This is my hand. There we go. I'm like, I have way too many cards. I'm going to do this. I'm going to exhaust him to then, yeah, this Good Day to Die, I'm not ready to use this yet. So I'm going to put this on top of my deck to then get an away team over there. I now have 3. So I'm going to now activate this. I'm going to exhaust it and then draw 2 cards now that I've got 3 away teams there. So 1 and 2. So I got that card back. Plus I've got this Conquer. Again, some of these things I don't think I need anymore. Like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, there you go. I've got 6. I've got 1 of each at least. So I have enough now to complete this objective. So now I can start getting rid of some of these, I think, somehow. So let's figure this out. You have a total of 6 deployed ships / controlled locations in play, at least 1 of each. As a reward, enlist 2 reserves or a development. Dismiss a deployed ship. So if I'm going to dismiss a deployed ship, I think it would be one that doesn't have a weapon on it. Let's get rid of, well, it has to be this one, the Katinga. I just literally put him out, but now I have to put him back. I have to dismiss him. So sorry for right now, but you are going away. We'll keep that here as a reminder that we used it, though. And I get to get a development or 2 reserves. I'm going to go development because there's still 3 reserve cards to go through, and I just want to get to really good ones here. So we've got a prototype cloak, which has a red little banner on it. I don't think it's going to be that useful. Deploy this card, refresh a ship, junk a card from the market if the opponent blah blah blah. Sort of K-less, requires 9. I don't have that, so maybe not. It's free if I have the IKS Divisor though, which I'm guessing is somewhere in here. Boreth, that's a Klingon religious planet. Take control of this location, find any card and play it for free. That's not terrible. It's something to keep in the back of my mind. I need to have 10 glory though. I may have 10 glory. If it comes down to it, I'll check. Curzon Dax before Jadzia Dax. Okay, gain 1 of either yellow or red, whichever is lower. If I use him though, it's going to be yellow. Return an incident. I've got Kang. I need 8 glory to play him, though. Return an incident from your hand or discard pile and gain a glory. If you have 15 glory, destroy this card to take the top encounter and gain 3 glory. Not bad. That's a thought. The IKS Divisor. 5 dilithium. I can afford it. I gain a glory for getting it. And it has a red little banner on the bottom. I think I like that. But also, core the Dahara Master here. Send an away team to a neutral location. I need 10 glory. Do I have 10 glory? Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7. All right. So I'm going to go with the Divisor on this. I have to pay 5 to do that. So 5. I have 5 dilithium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And yeah, now I'm going to gain it or enlist. I think enlist means I pay the cost and that goes into enlist to the top of your deck. Okay, so this goes to the top of my deck. All right, there we go. And then the rest we'll just put back here. All right, not bad. Okay, and then we still have 1 action left. We've completed this. As a reminder, I'm going to put that there to show that I've done it, and these will now score appropriately. Now I can work on getting this up somehow. That's going to be the next hurdle. Gain a glory. Yeah. Unless I can, like, get... I mean, it's glory. It's victory points. I'm just going to free play them and get a glory. Fine. And then these... which one do I play? I'm not going to get a ship or a cargo. Free play this for a gold press latinum, I think. So, one free gold press latinum. You may log a person, beam to a ship. I don't have anything like that. You may discard a person and take an incident. No. Alright, I don't have anything there either that I can really do with that. So I've played these. This is still in my hand, technically. Is there anything I can do for an action that I haven't done yet? Activation, spend a dilithium to warp this ship somewhere. I have no reason to. I don't have a reason to. This is take control of this location. No, nothing to do there. Activation, did that already. No, I don't think I have anything that would utilize a third action. Okay, well, to keep things moving, I think we'll end this round there. It's a shame, but now I need to figure out ways to thin out my deck to get this. I need to get this red up there. I need to get that one card over and over and over again, and to do that, I need to thin out my deck as much as possible. Can I use... I've got two cards. It says discard a card to beam a card here. Well, maybe I just do that. I don't plan to take more incidents and send away teams to different locations, because these are pretty awful. And this one, I mean, I kind of want those encounters, so maybe I hold on to that one. You may discard a person and take an incident to send... No, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to... It's weird. I mean, I've got this up here. I mean, I guess that'll count for endgame scoring, but I can beam a card somewhere, right? I'm going to discard a card to beam a card. Yeah, discard a card to beam a card here. So I'm going to thin out my deck. I'm going to discard a card to beam a card here. Okay, fine. And that was just an activation. That wasn't anything special. That's it, I think. Okay, so yeah, we have extra actions. Unfortunately, let's go ahead and reset there. We move on to cleanup, which is we get rid of something we don't like. I like all of these, but let's get rid of this. Discard a card to gain a tactical for... Oh, I'm keeping that. Let's get rid of this guy. Even though the extra action would be nice, I don't think I'm going to be getting allies anytime soon, so we'll get rid of him. And then we'll put this last glory. I kind of like this. I don't need this anymore. So I'm going to put... I only have one more turn, though, before this goes away. Because at the end of my next cleanup step, this gets wiped. So I have to make a choice. Which of these am I going to want? And I think I just tucked the card that lets me do it. Well, it's whatever. I don't, these are nice to have, but my goal is to get this as much up to red as possible. I'm going to put that on her because she does have that. But I think I screwed up in tucking that card. I could always, you know what, I can undo that. Do I have any other cards in my deck? Discard a person and take... You may dismiss a ship. I'm gonna keep this. Rather than discard a card to tuck that, I'm gonna need that to get that. So I'm just going to... I'm not gonna retcon it any more than that. I'm just gonna discard those and be done with it. And then these also get discarded. Okay, but we're good there. We have to discard and draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm a little concerned I'm not going to get to that. I should have done that. Could I have done that on my turn? All right, let's think about that. Could I have done that? Could I have... It wasn't an action, was it? It wasn't. Oh, I had an extra action. I didn't do anything with it. Well, I'm going to retcon it and say that I did this. I may log a person. I'm not going to. And then I'm going to dismiss another deployed ship. No, wrong one. this one. You may dismiss a ship to gain a person. If I do that, then I have to lose one of these. And I don't get... You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to dismiss, I think, the Zindi. Because this red slash there, I think that's super good. So I'm going to dismiss a ship, which is these. And I'm going to... And this would not have been there. This would now... I would put that in my discard, flip this face up, and this would have gone... I'll put this on that. Just to be fair about it. Okay, and then that would have been an action I would have played, and that's gone. Okay, sorry about that. We're caught up, I think. Okay, so this is all good. We have 5 cards now, I think. Katinga, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've got 5 cards there. And all right, what's next? Resupply. Now we only have the 1 weapon now, so we're just gonna have to just suck it up and only get 1 gold pressed latinum and 1 dilithium. No glory. We refresh these, and I think that's it. Okay. Then on to actions. Now at the end of this, I have to wipe this completely. Okay, what do I got? I got the Katinga. I'd rather spend... No. You may log... I think I messed something up. I discarded this, didn't I? You may log a person beamed... Yeah, I'm all kinds of screwed up now. I think that should have gone into my discard pile. And then this would have gone here. Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. Because I literally just had this in my hand last turn. I think I just put it in the wrong pile. Okay, so now we've got these to work with. I want to get these cards out. So... can I do that? Can I start beaming stuff to my ships to get rid of them? This is discard a card to beam a card here. Yeah, I don't need this. So yeah, I'm going to discard this card to beam Arndarvin, I think, here to this ship. And I want to start using this big time. So this is gain 1 specialty track for each matching skill icon you have in play. Before I do that, let's get the Katinga out there. I'm going to spend an action to do that. When I do play it, deploy this ship. You may send an away team to a location. For points, this is 5 points. I'm going to throw my stuff there. I don't care what's there. And then I get the... get that. Okay. And now I can play this for 1 action. And that is gain 1 specialty track for each matching skill. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. So I'm going to go up 5 on this track there. Okay. That's not bad. And then I've got this. I could free play it. Just to get a glory. I mean, what else am I going to do? Unless I'm not worried about the glory, if I want to get them out of my deck to get this card, 1 glory compared to getting 5 up this track sooner rather than later. Like, I'm thinking, like, maybe I log him. I'd hate to log a glory, but it's only 1 glory every time he comes up. It's not that often. I kind of want to beam. I've already activated that one, so I can't do that. I want to keep this one out here to possibly get rid of a ship if I need to. So maybe I do just play him for the glory for right now. So I'm going to get a glory from him and get that. And I've got an action left that I can't do anything with again. I can draw 2 cards with this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1, 2. I've got Mara and the Klothos. Spend 3 dilithium. There we go. All right, we're going to do that. We're going to spend 3 dilithium, because I've got it now, to go up on 2 on any track. So I'm going to go ahead and go up on the red track there. up to 7. I'm on the ×3 finally. You may discard a person without Klingon, which I don't have. And then I've got the ship. I mean, it's a free deploy. It gets it out of my deck. I'm going to go ahead and put it, oh gosh, I'll put it up here. I've got a lot of ships. But yeah, this one we're going to have hanging around in case we need to discard it for some reason. Okay. So that was all my actions, I think. I don't have anything there. That's exhausted. That's also exhausted, so I can't reuse that. And I just to keep this moving, let's let's just keep going with it. Now, at the beginning of the cleanup step, we have to wipe this. So this goes away, and that. And then we get new ones out here, and then we add 5 to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that goes on something. What am I going to want? I mean, the Lurpa, that's 2 points. I mean, I guess. I don't plan to get anything else over here, to be honest with you. Not unless it gets me a slash or whatever for endgame scoring. So this is now, I'm going to put this up here. So we're on round 6. And yeah, these get reset. Again, I feel like I've given myself an extra round somewhere, but then again, after like so many rounds, everything sort of bleeds together anyway. So these all go discard pile there. Anything else gets refreshed? Okay, we go on to resupply. Oh, we have to draw 1, and then 2, and then 3, 4, 5. All right, and then resupply. We don't have that second weapon. We only have the 1, so we get a gold and a dilithium there, and that's it. Okay, so let's see what we got. We got an incident. I think that was so. There are incidents in the reserve deck. That's not cool. Discard a card to return this card. If the discarded card has the red on the side, which this one does, gain 2 dilithium. If you have a communication play, return this card and gain... Do I have communication? I don't think I do. I don't think I have communication. All right, anyway. I want to get rid of this. It's going to mess up my ship. Oh, there's the divisor. Play for free, deploy this ship, and gain a glory. Well, but you don't have to tell me twice. We're going to gain a glory. And, yeah, I mean, that's fine. And then... we've got this. You may discard a person and take an incident. I don't have a person. I do, however, have this. Let's go ahead and exhaust this to draw 2 cards. That's 1 and 2. We do have a person now. Instead of 1 glory, maybe I use it to discard a person and take an incident to send to... No, I'm not going to do that. Utilize... Oh, here we go. We're going to gain 1 specialty track thing again, but I want to make sure there's no reds that I can put in anywhere. Can I play this and then that becomes part of this? I think so, because if I can get this in play, I would get an extra red icon. You may discard a person. I may dismiss a ship to gain a person, ship, or ally. Are there any cards here that would be beneficial? Like, I mean, if I were to dismiss a ship, gain a cargo, log this card. Meh. Requires 3 signs. No. The Lurpa. Force your opponent to dismiss one of their duty officers. If you do, they may draw a card. You may put a card on the top of your deck to gain a glory. Draw a card for each Vulcan you have in play. I don't like any of these. Spend 2 dilithium to scan 3 people. I don't want to clutter up my deck, though. That's the thing. I don't want to clutter up my deck. I don't want to use this. So I don't think I'm going to. What I'm going to do is get rid of this. I'm going to discard this card. You may discard a person. Just discard it to return this card. If the discarded card has that red symbol, which it does, it's all across all in blue, yellow, and red, gain 2 dilithium. So we're going to gain 2 dilithium from that. Okay. And that was an action to do that. And then gain... Yeah, we're going to play this one for an action. I can't pass this one up. That is, again, look at all my symbols. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red again. I'm going to go 5 up the track. Now I'm up to 12. I need to get that all the way up to 15 if I can before the end of the game. And then you may log a person beamed to a ship to gain. I think I'm going to log him. So I'm going to beam him to a ship. I'm going to beam him to... Oh, I don't know. If I log a ship, that gets rid of it permanently, and I got to be careful about that. So maybe I kill 2 birds with 1 stone, get rid of him too. I don't think I'm going to use him anymore, just to get him out of my deck. Just for that 1 glory. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to... which one has a beam on it? Which one would I get rid of? The Katinga? No. Discard a card to beam a card here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to discard this Confiscate to beam a card onto the... I could beam anywhere, really. It doesn't matter. So as long as he's out of my hair. Beam him there. That would... yeah, I'll beam him. I'll use this guy's ability to do that. Beam, discard a card to beam somebody there, which I did. And then... you may log a person beamed to a ship. Okay, so I'm going to play this one now. And this says, I may log a person beamed to a ship. Meaning, I'm going to log this guy. Now he's permanently logged. And I gain a red. Now it says, log a deployed ship. And so I'm going to log the Katinga, maybe? I mean, I'm not using it for anything. Yeah, I'm going to log the Katinga, I think. Because this one up here has more to it. I'm going to go ahead and log that one and move this one down. And if I do that, look at the top 2 and dismiss another deployed ship. I'll dismiss this one because I can redeploy it and get a glory when I do. So that's going to go here. And then I get to look at the top 2 encounters, take one of them, and return the other to the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to look at 2 encounters from this deck over here. Pick one that I like. V'ger for 9 or this red. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this red there. So I don't even need to look at this. Log up to 2 cards from your hand or discard pile. That might not be bad. Or draw a card for each controlled location with +1 crew or away team you have. If you have a scientist in play, gain an action. Draw a card for each control location. Okay, so I'd have to spread out my people a bit to really use this. Scan. I think I might do that, though. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take this one. I would get more points out of it anyway. That ×7 is really tempting. I'm going to go ahead and take this, and when I get an encounter, it says to take one of them. And when I take it, taking, according to this, is this directly to hand. Okay, so directly to hand. This is going to go directly to my hand. I can't do anything with it because I'm out of actions. And this one goes back to the bottom of the deck. There. Okay, so I can't do anything with this. Do I want to discard it or hold on to it? I'm going to discard it for now so I can cycle these cards out more quickly. But I do want to use that at some point. I want to get these people, these away teams spread out. And that way I can get more cards drawn. I think that would be really good. Okay, so these go away like that. This refreshes. We're into the cleanup step. Let's just get rid of this one. And we're going to add one to the LARPA. Maybe if we just do that and then take a bunch at the end, maybe that will do that. All right, moving to the resupply step. Resupplies. So this guy's going to give us, we still only have the 1 weapon, so we only get a dilithium and a gold press latinum. And I think that's it for resupplying. Okay, so we're going to draw, we forgot to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 from the reserve. That's 5, and then, yeah, oh wait, yeah, because these would get shuffled. These would get shuffled, this would go on top, and then I'd draw that for my 5th card. Yep, this is my new deck. Okay, so what do we got? Another freaking incident. Spend 2 dilithium to return this card. Well, I think I'm just going to do that right away. I don't think I have any engineers. She's a scientist, not an engineer. We've got a Klingon Shady there. Maybe I just put her on Rura Penthe and be done with it. Zindi, if the weapon is a weapon, beam it here and That is. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this right away because I can't pass that up. I'm going to deploy this. You may gain a cargo, and if it is a weapon, beam it here and gain a glory. So I'm going to get these. Put them in the wrong pile there. Beam this here. Now I have 2 weapons again, which is great. And again, yeah, new weapon comes out. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, I'll take it. Yep. And I've got this phasers that I really... Maybe I just start beaming cards. I mean, this one is promote a person. Nah. Discard a card to beam a card here. Maybe I start doing that. Mara, I'm going to play her to get... I need to move up these tracks. So spend 3 dilithium. 1, 2, 3. And I can move up 3. And I'm going to go ahead and move up the red one, because that's all I can do. I don't have any yellows out here. That's going to be my downfall. I don't have any yellow locations. I need to get maybe this planet under control and maybe move up yellow slightly, a little bit. Maybe that one other card that Curzon Dax might have been useful for that, but I didn't take him. And that was an action to play her. And I can still draw 2 cards using this. So I'm going to go ahead and exhaust this, draw 1, 2. There we go. We're going to discard phasers. Or no, put it on top of my deck for his ability so that we can put someone there. So he's exhausted. I want to deploy him for free. So we're going to deploy that up there. Gain a glory whenever I deploy that ship. That's that divisor. I gain a glory for doing that. I'm trying to keep this moving, so apologies if I'm moving too quickly. Now what I could have done is I could have done that. And then I could have played this. Draw a card for each controlled location with 1+ you have. If you have a scientist in play. Maybe I do that. Or scan to... No. I also want to get rid of this. So I'm going to keep these cards around maybe and then play them on my next turn. I need to get rid of this. I'm going to just play this, spend 2 dilithium, 1, 2, to get rid of this. If you have an engineer in play, which I do not, then yeah. So I'm going to put that on the bottom of this deck there. Although this is that Klingon one, I don't want to like mix and match when I clean up. So this is the Koloth. Yeah, we're going to put these over here, and I doubt we're going to go through this entire deck again. These are the 2 cards that were in the reserves, so I'm going to keep that over there. Okay, and that was my 3rd action. Now I can't play these at all. Unless I can beam a card from my hand without playing it. I can beam her somewhere. You may beam this card to a ship to send an away team to a location. I might want to hold on to that and do that. Okay, so is there anything else I can do? Spend something to warp? What if I did that? What if instead of sending away teams, I send ships? I mean, I'm not doing anything with this one. So I'm going to just send a dilithium to move this guy over here. And that was an activation that I did. Now, I don't have any other ships. Oh, I do. I have the divisor in play. I am going to spend another dilithium to move this ship here. So now when this resolves, I'll get this planet or this location. There's 3 tokens on it, 2 ships and 1 away team. So maybe just send my ships there. Yeah, that makes sense, right? And I activated that. And gain for each person beamed here. All right. All right. I guess that's good. I know at this point I am missing some things probably. Like I'm passing over. I'm trying to get this done quickly now. So yeah, let's move on to cleanup. So we're gonna get rid of something. This is the Borg spatial trajectory. I don't even know what that is. It needs 4 science. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Horta, okay. And then we're gonna add one of these to something. What would I take, if anything? Like, what has the most victory points on it? That's a yellow, which is really nothing to me. It's 1 point. You may discard a card to recall another non-time travel. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Maybe a ship. I don't know. 2 points for a ship. Deploy and warp this ship. Yeah, you may discard a card to gain a science. I mean, yeah, we'll do that. We'll see if we can go for that, maybe endgame or something like that. Okay, so we did that. We move on to the new phase resupply step. And we have multiple weapons out here now. So we're going to get a glory. And we're going to get a dilithium and a gold press latinum. We are going to get these. These go away, I believe. So these get discarded because they took part in getting this location. Oh, and one thing I forgot to do, and this is something I missed. Whenever I resolved this, I should have wiped these that didn't have any tokens on it. So in that case, this is mine, Aurora Pente, but these would go away and new ones would have come out. Maybe, yeah, that might change things a little bit. So that's something I missed earlier. There's a red one there. Not that I need it anymore, but there's a red, yeah, I want this location. The Kelvis Docks, yeah. Yeah, I want that. Okay, I need that. Now, I'm going to reset here. Okay, that resets. I kind of want to keep these because, I mean, this lets me draw cards and this lets me get her out of my hand to do something. All right, yeah, I'm going to keep these. Draw 3. 1, 2, 3. And this goes into my discard pile. The Zindi, I forgot about the Zindi. We're going to put the Zindi ship back there. Okay. I think, and that gets refreshed. Okay, yeah, we need to get this. We need to get this location. So, with that said, resupply. I can't remember if I did that or not. I'll just pretend like I did, even though I probably didn't. And, yeah. Let's get these out of my hand. I'm going to play her to gain a gold press latinum. And you may beam this card to a ship and send an away team to its location. Maybe I move a ship first, then do that. I don't have any ships really to do that with. But let's move the Zindi up here by spending a dilithium. Yep. And we'll do that first, and then we'll play her to this ship. We send an away team to its location. You may spend a dilithium to take an incident to gain a ship. I'm not going to do that. So we're going to beam her here, and now they're up there. And we get to send an away team to that location. All right. And that was one action. Or that was her one action. Next, I don't have a scientist in play. Utilize. That's the thing. I only have the one yellow now. So if I play Utilize, it's going to go to waste. I need to get more yellow out. The game's almost over anyway. Maybe I just try and get this up to ×2. But I do need dilithium. So I'm going to play this for dilithium. And I gain 1 dilithium plus 2 for each controlled location. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. So I get 8 dilithium. That's ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But now I won't run out of dilithium. So that was my second action. Third action, I want to cycle through my deck as much as possible. You may log a person beam. There we go. You may log a person beamed to a ship. Yeah. Lursa, we're going to do that. Lursa is on the Zindi ship. So we're going to gain, unfortunately we're full up there, but we're going to log it anyway. And then we're going to log it. There we go. And then we're going to log a deployed ship and dismiss another. Ooh, maybe that wasn't a good idea then. Because that would get rid of both of my ships. So, like that, I mean, I wouldn't have the weapons anymore. I wouldn't get the glory. All right, maybe that wasn't a good idea. All right, never mind. We'll keep Lursa where she was for now. We won't play this right away. We will play this for an action just to cycle through our deck. We're going to do an action. Draw a card for each controlled location. Before I do that, I'm going to discard. I'm going to put this on top of my deck to exhaust him to get an away team. Oh, crap. I'm out of away teams. I'm going to put an away team there. Just do that. And now, yeah, we'll play that anyway. So we get to draw 2 cards, 1 for each controlled location. So that's going to be 2 cards. So 1 and 2. And I don't have any actions left. I'm going to free play this for Gold Pressed Latinum. And these I don't think I can do anything with. I do want more encounters. I need to get more ships out there to do that, though. I'm going to go ahead and just discard these because I'm not going to play them. And we'll reset everything. These will go into discards there. All right, and then refresh. We're good. Okay, yeah, I know I'm kind of skipping a lot here. I'm probably missing some activations that I probably could be activating, but again, I'm trying to keep this video moving. Battery life is limited. So with that said, we move on to cleanup, and we resolve the star date. We're going to get rid of the you'll get rid of this one. And then we'll add a glory to that. Okay. And let's go ahead and move that up here so I don't mistake it as a card that I've played. And I think that's good. Okay, so now we resupply. We're going to get a glory from him as well as a dilithium and a gold pressed latinum. And that's it. We don't have any cards beamed Aurora Pente. And we get to control this. So we're going to take this location. The Zindi ship does go away. All of these cards, I believe, beamed to it, go into the... Where do they go? They either... I'm gonna discard them all. That's fine. I can't remember if they all go into my hand or discard or what, but those all go away. And these come back to me like that. And I had this one, which is what I wanted. And we're going to put that right there. And a new one is going to come out there. Deep Space Station K7. Okay, so yeah. This is looking really messy now, so apologies. Okay, we did that. And on control, no effect. You may spend 3 dilithium to free play a ship. You may refresh a ship. Okay, that's not terrible. So we're going to draw some cards. 1, and then 2, and then 3, 4, 5. I need to get rid of some of this deck. Okay, so you may discard a person and take an incident to send 2. I'm not going to do that anymore. You may dismiss a ship to gain a person, ship, or ally. Again, I'm not interested in that, really. Put a card on top of your deck to gain a person. Nah. Take an instant. Nah, I don't like those either. I free play that to get... I could gain a ship for 2 points. I could free play this to get a ship. That's the Vulcan ship over there for 2 points. That might be something to think about. You may log a person, beam to a ship to gain this. I need. This is all bad. Draw 2 cards. Junk a card. I'm going to do that. First, I'm going to do this. It's free. I'm going to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Oh, there we go. I'm going to play this. Actually, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to exhaust him to put an away team, say, here. Now, I play this card for an action. I get to draw 3 cards. So I'm going to do that and draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Free play this ship up here. And Lursa. You may beam this card to a ship and send an away team to its location. Nah. I want to thin out my deck. I need to beam her to like Aurora Pente or something, or someplace it's gonna get me out of. I can use these ships just to beam cards to them. So maybe I start doing that. Let's do that. I'm gonna discard a card to beam a card here. I'm gonna get rid of this Lurpa. I mean, I don't think I'm going to use it. So I'm going to discard a card. I'm going to discard this one to do that. And I exhausted that. This one, I can do the same thing. Discard a card. Let's get rid of this recruit. And I'm going to beam confiscate. No. Phasers. That says draw 2 cards. That's not terrible. Requires 4. I have it. Spend a dilithium to gain an. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Let's get rid of. You know what? I'm gonna beam her there for that discard. So, but now I can do this. You may log a person to beam to a ship to gain that. Log a deployed ship and dismiss another. I need more ships out here. I can't do that yet. So I'm going to hold off on that. I am going to play this, which allows me to draw 2 cards. Requires 4, spend a dilithium to gain an action. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Do I need to? I'm all over the place. Oh, I need this. All right. I'm going to play this down here, which is gain 1 specialty track. I need to get yellow. 1, 2 yellow. I've got 2 yellows. That's it. And yeah, so I've got 2 yellows out there. So I'm going to go up 2 on the yellow track. I'm up to the ×2. ×3 is here. It's like 5 spaces away. I don't know if I'm going to get to it. I really want this good day to die thing, though. And that would mean I'd have to get rid of these ships, and I don't want to do that. Actually, I can get rid of the Koloth, right? I'd have to dismiss... I'd have to get rid of that and dismiss that. I need more ships in play. They're probably down here. I'm going to... Draw cards. I need to draw more cards. No, I'm gonna just play this for free then to get a gold press latinum. And I want to keep this one around for next turn. I'm going to... draw 2 cards, junk a card from the market. What would I do with the extra action, though? I wouldn't do anything with it. There's nothing to do with the extra action. Because I need to draw cards. And I can do that, but then I'd be out of actions. So, yeah. I'm gonna do that and draw 2 cards. Just to, again, keep these moving. I'll free play this one to gain a glory. Let's go ahead and do that. So I gain a glory from that. And I'm going to keep her around so I can move up yellow. And that's all I can do. I need to get... Oh, I think I'm done with... Oh, yeah, I already have that. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to keep these cards around so that I can then use them on my next turn. So I'm going to keep these face up here just to remind myself. Clean up. We're going to get rid of the Horda. Or what is this? Denobulans. Gain a person. Log this card. Yeah, just get rid of it. And then we're going to add this here. Okay. And then we're going to clean up a bit. There, and there. And we've played these. We've played this. These all go into the discard pile. We're going to keep these in our hand for now. These refresh, and that up there refreshes. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we're going to draw a card, and then we're going to shuffle, discard, and now we have the option to get more cards from here. I'd say we have enough now for Core the Dahar Master. We've got 10 glory, so I'm going to go ahead and just acquire him. Send an await team to a neutral location. I don't care about his stuff. It's more about getting this red slash down there. So yeah, I'm just gonna pay 2 dilithium and 1 gold press latinum, and I will put him. When I do that, what do I get? I think that goes into my. I think that goes on top of my deck. I think. I'm not gonna look it up at this point. I'm getting winded. But we're gonna put that there. And now I've got 4, 5. Okay. So now I've got 5 cards in my hand. I'm going to exhaust this to get 2 more. 1, 2. I forgot his ability. I get a glory and dilithium, and that was the resupply action I completely forgot about. That's what happens when you move at warp speed, I should say. Let's utilize so we can move up the yellow track. That's an action. So we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and play. Send an away team to a neutral location. If that location is now secured, you may spend an action to take control of it. If you do, log this card. I mean, that's not terrible. If I can get enough troops somewhere, there's yellow. Maybe I get them. Maybe I get Deep Space K7 taken over. Koloth would have been better for that, right? So maybe that's not a bad play. If I can get away teams over there and secure it, then yeah. But I want to get more ships. Let's get the Zindi out there. Play to deploy this ship. You may gain a cargo. I'm not going to. It's just going to clog up my deck. So I'm going to leave it alone. So I did that, and now I want to play Good Day to Die. You may log a person, beam to a ship to gain a red. You log a deployed ship and dismiss another. So what I'm going to do is, for this one, this is what I've been trying to do all this time. I'm going to log Lursa here. Log it. And then I'm going to log a beam to a ship and then log a deployed ship. I'm going to log the Zindi ship because I'm not really using it anymore. So we're going to log the Zindi ship. Okay. Then dismiss another one. We're going to dismiss, actually, we're going to dismiss the divisor because we can then redeploy it in the future to gain a glory. So we're going to dismiss that one. And we get to look at 2 encounters, take one, return the other to the bottom of the deck. So we're going to do that real quick. 1, 2, Koala and Shakari from everyone's favorite movie, Star Trek V. Let's go with just the 8-point card and be done with it. I think that's just, yeah, we're going to go with the 8-point card. So I don't remember. It says to take, which is into my hand. So that goes into my hand. It can't be played. It doesn't mean I can't beam it somewhere though, right? So I might let's use this ship's action to discard a card so that we can beam this behind here just to get it out of our hair. It cannot be played. Although played, beamed, I think played means like to the array. We don't have any actions left. I could spend 3 dilithium later to move yellow up further, which I think I'm going to hold on to this card. And I want to try and get more away teams over here. So do I have any ships left to do that? I still have the Koloth over here. So maybe with the Koloth, I spend a dilithium to move them to Deep Space Station K7. So I'm going to spend the dilithium to do that. And I need to get some away teams over there. I am going to put a card to the top of my deck using him to get an away team over there. And now I just need one more away team from somewhere to do that. Yeah, I guess that's all I can do. I kind of want to keep him around so I can... I'll just move it from here and not draw an extra card next turn. I think I do that. Send an away team to a neutral location. So I'm going to play him for free. Send that away team. I'm just going to do this. I want to move it from here. That's fine. And then if that location is now secured, you may now spend an action to take control of it. If you do... Oh, damn. I don't have an action. I'm going to have to wait till my next turn to do that. I need an action to do that. So I'm going to hold on to these cards. I'm going to reset everything. And these get discarded. These get refreshed. We're nearing the couple last turns of the game. All right, moving on to the cleanup phase. We're going to, I don't know, this ally, you may draw a card. Nah, whatever. Get rid of the Tholians. Put that there. and then we're going to add the last glory there. So trigger the end of the game. Only take tokens from here during cleanup. So we've got one more turn, and then the game is over. So maybe we want to try and get that for 4 glory tokens if we possibly can. We're going to get 5 cards. Not 5, because we already have 2 in our hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll see if maybe I can go through this and buy another development and get some easy points that way. I can, actually. I could play this to draw more cards. That would be useful. Let's get this done right away so I don't forget about it. So I'm going to send an away team to a neutral location. Or do I play this first? I'm going to play... Do I need to play this? Do I need to play this to draw more cards? That's the question. Let's do this first. We'll do it this way. 1. Oh, we don't have another card, so we got to shuffle these and then possibly buy a development. We're going to buy one for sure. What's going to get us the most points? 6. Oh, there's the... I don't care about the prototype cloak, but it has that red thing. Yeah, I'm going to just take... I don't even need to look. For strictly points, I'm going to do that. On top of the deck there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're going to draw that one. Okay, so we're up to 7 cards now from this. And it said for me... What happened to him? Did I just move him somewhere? Oh, here he is. I picked him up. Yeah, if you do, you may spend an action to take control of it. And if you do, log a card. So I'm going to take control. I'm going to play that one now. And I'm going to move that away team here from there. And spend an action to do it. And I can take control of this location now. So this goes away. This comes back. This comes to me, which I'll put up here. This ship goes away into my discard pile. And I'll put this down here now. And, geez, I've got so many locations. Okay. I'm not going to worry about another location at this point because they're not, yeah. So I'm not going to worry about that. And then I'm going to log this card. Okay. So that was one action. Got that out of the way, got him logged, got a location with the yellow on it. I need to move this up if I can. I've got Mara to do that. Spend 3 dilithium to move up the yellow 2. So I'm going to go ahead and spend that to move up 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2. Almost at ×3. I'm almost there. I can discard a person without Klingon, but I don't have that in my hand. I'm going to do this actually. I'm going to spend a dilithium to gain an action. Is that going to be? Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to play this for free. Requires 4 red, which I have down here in the victory. I'm all the way full. Spend a dilithium to gain an action. So I'm going to go ahead and move that back here. Now I have 2. Junk a card from the market, deploy this card. So I'm going to deploy it up here, I guess, somewhere. And yeah, not bad. So I've got 2 extra actions to work with. To draw cards, I'm going to play this one. Draw a card for each controlled location you have. So I'm going to do that and draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Was it worth doing that? Yeah, because I needed that utilize. So I've got utilize here. That cost an action. Now, I don't think I can good data die this. I'm going to utilize for an action. And I will gain yellow. So 1 and 2. So now I'm past the ×3 there, which is that's all I was really trying to do with all of these cards. You may discard a person. I don't have any people. Cloaking device. Deploy this card, refresh a ship, junk a card from the mark. Yeesh. There's just so much. Put a card on top of your deck to gain a person. I don't have an action to do that. None of these... Yeah, I don't have any more actions. So just to keep the game moving, I'm just going to end that there. Trigger the end of the game, only take tokens. I didn't get a chance to get a card from there, which was unfortunate. I don't think I could have done it anyway. Actually, if I had the action to, I would have. I could have dismissed somebody to gain a ship, but fine. Okay. Again, I don't want to draw this out any more than I already have. This is a very long game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start calculating scores off camera, and I will come right back to you. All right, so the verdict is in. I scored 104 points. I got 18 from glory tokens, 20 from these point cards here, or about 8 or 9 of them. I got 3 from the lone yellow card down here that I got. And then I had 9 of these red ones, which this is the bulk of my points. I had 9 of these. That was 63 points altogether. So 18, 20, 3, 63, 104. And according to the rule book, that means I am proficient in this deck with 120, meaning that I did an outstanding job. So there you go, folks. Like I said, I'm sure I made probably a lot of mistakes playing this, and toward the end, the more I get winded, the more mistakes I'm prone to make. But the reason I did this video is because the last Star Trek Captain's Chair videos that I've done have hit over 1,000 views. That tells me that you guys are interested in seeing more of this content. So that goes to show you, if I get positive feedback, if I get a lot of views on particular videos, then I'll keep that series going, so as long as you guys keep watching. So, you know, feel free to like, subscribe, share. The more you share things that you like, the more likely it is that I'll keep making that thing. So yeah, any help would be fantastic. This was Star Trek Captain's Chair. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.